Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am playing with this fun Brutus Monroe stencil. It is called Stained Glass Garden. So it has the sun, kind of the rows of land and sky, and then of course the sun piece that you can use to mat. I'm also playing with the blanket of blooms as well. I have an idea to do something fun with that. Of course, I have my Aqua Pigments out and my always favorite Glitter Glazes. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so by no means am I claiming to be some sort of painting artist right here, but I do love the effect of what happened. And if you have a better painting ability than me, yours might even look better. So what I'm doing is basically tracing the stencil to create a larger version of it. So I am just doing an outline of all the lines, and what that is going to do is allow me to extend the lines later on once the stencil is removed from the page, so that it looks like I have a 12 by 12 stencil instead of a 6 by 6 stencil. So this is definitely one way that you can get more out of your smaller size stencils when you are scrapbooking larger size pages. I am just using a ruler to line up everything, and then of course I realized I forgot to trace one of the lines, but it's a stencil, so it's super easy to put it right back on top of that paper and get some lines drawn. Now when I am finished with the stencil, I still have some space that needs to be used up, so I just fake it and make it look like the stencil has extended all the way across the page. So now I have my sun going on, and now I'm getting ready to do the sky. Now I am erasing the clouds because I decided I did not want them there. Instead, what I'm doing is extending all of the sun lines off of where the sun goes as well. And goodness, look at that sparkly white in my hair. You never know how many white hairs you have on the top of your head until you look at yourself doing a YouTube video, and there they are. I'm actually okay with my hair going white. Totally okay with it. And I've got a pretty hefty patch on the front. And I'm like, why can't it just like give me a full-on streak of white hair? I think that would be awesome. Okay, anyways, let us move on. So I am using my Aqua Pigments here, and I am going to use a larger brush, and then what I'm doing is adding a little bit of water to the Aqua Pigment so that it will not be as an intense concentration. Now I am painting super messily, super lightly. Like I said, I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination. And what I am doing is basically using this color in the thicker parts in between the two double lines. And then, whoops, I accidentally get some red on my brush because I'm using my messy mixed media mat that I don't always clean off after I'm finished using it. So it picked up some of that color. I'm not going to let that mess me up. I'm not going to freak out about it. I'm just going to embrace it because let's face it, fields are not exactly one color anyway. When you get down to it, there's little bits of differences. So I am just going to go ahead and own that difference and keep on going with it. So I am mixing the light green and the green or the yellow green and the green Aqua Pigment here, and I am just, you know, making this kind of look like fields. Now, you can see my pencil lines, you guys, so if pencil lines are a thing that are bothering you, you need to make them super, super light. I did not make them super, super light. I did spend some time with an eraser, and I was able to erase some of the pencil lines, but not all of them. So if that, like I said, if that is bothering you, you just need to not do it. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing up at the top here. except I am doing it with yellow colors because I want my sunset to be yellowy and orangey. You could do this with blue and just have a blue sky, or you could do this with pinks and reds and have a lit up sky like that. You can do whatever you want with this. Just embrace it and make it your own. So I go ahead and I'm putting in, I don't know why I just filled in the sun area, but at the moment it felt like it was something I needed to do. I do add a little bit of red into my yellow so that I can fill in those streaky lines. And I think that this is what makes it look like a cool kind of sunrise moment. It's more of a sunrise, I think, than a sunset. Or maybe you're looking at this and you're going, it's not a sunrise or a sunset, you psychopath. But whatever. I like it, and that's what matters. And maybe it will give you a jumping point to start off so that you can create something similar so that you would like it as well. So now I am doing a little bit of a darker yellow there because it felt too light. Like it felt too light and airy, and I wanted a little bit more of a deep color. So now I am going to take this floral stencil and I'm just going to use some ink that is already on a blending brush, and I'm just going to fill that in. Now what that does is it just gives me a little bit of texture to this layout instead of just stripy lines. And it also gives me the ability to have flowers on this layout because this is a layout that will go in my solo trip to Disney album. One of many solo trips. If you want to chat solo trips to Disney, you get with me. We will chat all day long. But I went to Disney during the Flower and Garden Festival, so flowers somehow are going to be on every single layout in that album. That's how I'm making it like a continuity thing, right? So that's what I'm doing. So now I have these little tiny photos and I'm matting them on black. And then I'm just going to have them kind of dance across the page at the horizon line. That is where the sky meets the land. And I think that that will be great. I'm also going to matte this down on some black cardstock because I kind of felt like it was just, whoa, expansed out there into the universe, and I needed to bring it in and contain it. And matting your layout like this is one of the easiest way to contain your layout when you feel like it's just like, whoa, going off into space. So I go ahead and kind of overlap my photos here, and then I realized my flowers were looking a little funky, so I turn them around. And then I have them all the way across, and I have to trim off the edges of the photos because they are hanging off the edge of the page a little bit, but I wanted them to go fully from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. And then I also am going to place down some letter stickers that I have, or whatever, word stickers that I have from my stash, and then it's just going to say, let's go explore. And then I'm going to do a little bit of journaling down here, and you can kind of see that little shock of white hair starting to give me a streak right there. Like, wouldn't that be cool if that was a streak? Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap this layout up with some decorative details, and I accidentally globbed my glue down. Way too much glue. So I just dot down some liquid glue, and then I'm going to take these beautiful decorative details in yellow and green and place them over here on the right hand side of the page where all of the action is. I'm keeping all of the action on the right hand side. These little decorative baubles right here are sold in a 6-pack on the Brutus Monroe website with a bunch of different colors in it. So now I have those down. And that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.